In this video, we're going to go over how to install a puck lock for your van. This is for protection in case someone decides to break in, they can't get into the back area. This is great for people doing van life or if you have a cargo van for work. Alright, let me show you. Alright, so this is the lock you want to get. It's the Master Magnum lock by Master, a cylinder lock. Right now I'm at Lowe's. I know they sell it at Walmart, but you have to order it in advance to pick it up at the store. And Home Depot, you have to buy it online. They also sell it on Amazon. It's a little pricey, but I mean, it's worth your safety if you live in a city that's not very safe. What you want to do though is you want to check right here for the key code. Okay, so this one is 10Z869, and you want to find another one with the same key code, and they're usually right next to each other if you're at the store. You see, these are the same key code. So I would buy both of these and install them. And what that does is that you have the same key for both locks, so you don't need two separate keys for both locks. Okay. Next thing you want to find are the carriage bolts. These are these over here. Okay. These are the smallest length I could find. We need 6 of these for each one, so I got to get 12. These are 3/8 inch, 2 inch long. So these are the ones that they recommend. If you could find 1 inch, it'd be better, but I'm gonna settle for these. Alright, the next thing you'll need is 12 3/8 inch hex nuts. You also need 12 flat washers. Make sure they're 3/8 inches as well. And you need 12 split lock washer. And again, make sure they're 3/8 inches. Here's a little tip. You want to lay out all the parts that you just got, just to make sure they all fit well and you have every part you need. Because this nut did not fit. This was actually someone, I guess, put it in there by accident. So yeah, always double check. So I have the Ram Promaster, and what you're gonna do is use a crowbar and a shirt or another fabric, and you wanna, with your fingers or with like a little card or something, lift the ledge. Once you have the ledge lifted a little bit, you bring in the crowbar. And then I put the shirt on that side so it doesn't scratch the metal. You're just gonna wedge it in there and then lift. And you do that for all of them. So a little trick for this is kind of flexible on the bottom. So you can push on the bottom, and then once you're in, then you turn around, and that makes it easier to get under. So just flex the plastic inward, go under, and then turn it upside down, and then take it out. So when you're done, they should look like this. I looked at both door panels, and it seems like the best place to place the locks is right above this line over here, which coincides with the bumper. So right above the bumper, right here. So before we do anything, I'm gonna just unclip this cable and kind of clip it up here to get it out of the way. And now we start the drilling process. So you want to make sure the keys work. So the way you open this up is you put the key in. Sure. Pull it out, and then take the lock out. So you kind of want them aligned like that, not much of a gap between. That's what we're going for in the back. So here's the bumper.
Here you go.
And I'm doing it with the lock already inside. I want to make sure it's aligned with the middle. I don't know if you can see that very well. And I'm using the bumper to align it straight down here. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that Sharpie and place a hole, place drill marks on each hole, and then I'm gonna drill with a 3/8 inch drill bit. That's where I'm going to drill. So I noticed the drill bit I had was not 3/8 inches, it was just a little smaller. So what I've been doing is that after I'm done, I just kind of like go around like this to get the hole bigger. And then what I did is I placed this over it, and I noticed that the holes weren't aligning perfectly. Like here, this one's okay, but if you noticed here, it's a little too low, this one's a little too low. So I'm gonna drill upwards a little bit, which works fine. And you just slip in the carriage screws. Make sure that they align with the little squares that you have on there. And now we go on to the inside. So this is the order you want it in. You want the carriage screw, then you want the door here, then the washer, then the lock washer, then and the nut. So first the washer. Just come back in here. Put it right in. It's kind of dark. Then the lock washer. It's a little hard filming and doing this at the same time. But yeah, you get the point. So washer, lock washer, and nut. And then you just tighten, and that's it. That's the final product. One last check to make sure everything works smoothly. Put it right in. Yep, perfect. Alright. Now I just gotta put the panels back on, and I'm all done with the back. Perfect. Now they can't get into the garage unless they like lift up the bed and take off the frame, which would be a huge headache. So this protects your garage area. Awesome.